Oh my God. Welcome back to the BOE the BOE Entertainment Podcast, your favorite podcast, the number one show on the internet.
Welcome
this
back,
is
everybody.
the BOCast. We are your hosts. I am Philip Beavers.
I'm Nick Bradshaw.
And I'm Kevin Moore, reporting live on the scene from Houston, Texas, live from Katy Freeway. It is a beautiful, beautiful day here in Texas, and I could not be more happy to be back in the heights of Houston, Texas. Bulldogs, let's go.
Woo!
Go Wait, the Heights Bulldogs? What school is that?
Bro,
I actually don't know what school that is.
Don't fucking ask me that. I don't know.
Like,
I got this at Walmart because guess who didn't bring warm clothes to Texas? Me. Why? Because it's fucking Texas.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, but no,
it gets colder in the winter, right?
It gets down in that swamp.
It does.
Yeah, it gets to the very cold temperature of 50 degrees.
Yeah.
Which not bad.
Freezing,
but
freezing for down there.
Too cold. Too cold just not to have sleeves.
Yes, that's an annoying amount of cold.
Yes,
that's the problem.
That is the biggest.
Just
problem.
enough. It's just enough.
It really is just enough. But you know what? Welcome back to the BOE Entertainment Podcast. Motherfucker, it's 2025. Welcome to the new year. Happy New Year to all my babies. Happy New Year to all the friends and family and followers of the BOE Entertainment
Casty. We appreciate you guys coming in. This is probably our most technically advanced podcast thus far. We got the switchboard. We got Kevin coming in live from an entirely different state. It's a good time.
We got Kev on the streets, as they say.
That's what we're saying. That's what
H-Town, baby.
That's
Clutch City.
He's repping it.
Clutch
Look at
City.
him.
Damn right. Space City is what I got on here.
There you go.
Yeah.
We are Houston. We are Texas proud podcast here. If you have a problem with it, a lot of people do. So
we are Texas proud. Hashtag don't mess with Texas, you stupid bitch. But you know what? Actually, I was with my girlfriend's family over the holidays. Shout out to the McKnights.
It's a quick little shout out.
And I was wearing this hat, and I had to explain to my girlfriend's mom what like Space City means or like Clutch City. She didn't even know that Houston was called H-Town. Mind you, she was in Houston a lot because she became fast friends on an airplane with Hakeem Abdul-Jabbar, who is one of the greatest Houston Rockets basketball players to ever exist.
That's
one
awesome.
of the greatest basketball players to ever exist, in my humble opinion. And she became like genuinely good friends with him, especially before he converted to Islam. So like she knew him like
I love how you say it implied like, well, before he was a Muslim.
Well, kind of, because his name wasn't Hakeem. Like his name wasn't Hakeem back then. So
before the dark times.
Dark times, dude. Wow. That's crazy. But
no, I just like
the
phrasing. I know it's not how you meant it. It just came off.
No, it sounds medieval.
just a little bit.
The Dark Ages, yeah.
The Dark Ages.
But yeah, I had to explain to her like why it's called Space City and Clutch City and all this stuff, and she just looked at me just the whole time, just like, "Oh,
okay."
I'm
that's cool, Phil.
You fucking asked. Like, don't make me look like a jerk off just because I got pride in my city.
Did she watch the cast?
You know what? She found us on TikTok.
Wow.
She found our hot takes on TikToks. By the way, follow the BOCast and BOE Entertainment at BOE Entertainment on Instagram and on TikTok. That's just a quick little shameless promotion.
Just a little shameless plug.
I mean, I feel like that's almost required reading for this podcast at this point. If you're not following, then
what the fuck are you doing?
Behind.
What are we doing?
I completely agree. I completely fucking agree.
That's where the hot takes are. That's where the updates are. That's where we post movies.
Yeah,
we've been posting movies.
Absolute
little
cinema.
Snippets,
you fucking
snippets
bitch.
of these little films we got coming out.
We're excited. And I'm pretty sure we said it last time, but one of the most recent movies, Nice Acts.
Yes.
Internationally award winning in Tokyo.
Well, yes.
Yo, shout out to Japan.
We hadn't actually won the award since the last time that we recorded because we had to front load a bunch of the episodes. So yes, we won for Best Actor for Mark Schock, our star and co-producer and screenwriter, over in Tokyo, as Kevin was saying. So
bald
really
icon, dude. Bald icon.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And Phil actually prepared a little statement for the people of Tokyo. He's been practicing a lot.
He's been practicing his Japanese.
Let's just give you the stage, Phil.
Go right ahead, Phil.
Konnichiwa.
Okay, no. Okay. Hard break on it. Hard break. Hard stop.
What? Oh, you want me to do the English translation of it?
I want you to do the old English translation of it. I want you to have as little other languages in there as possible.
As little other languages
in there
so
as
just
possible.
Old English. Ye old Far East Asian country.
Lands of the shit. Now they're racist back then too.
they were like OG primal racist back then.
Yeah.
Like it was like,
You know what? This is me being ignorant as hell, but I like the word Orient. I didn't know that was racist until middle school.
I think it because
why is it racist?
I think it because it became a blanket term because the Orient was a specific region, I believe.
Yeah.
In Asia, whereas it became basically if you were Vietnamese, Chinese, Mongolian, even down to the Pacific Islands, they were this is the Orient, and that was the problem.
I think you can refer to the Orient itself, the area, the geographical region, still without it being as much of a problem. If you call somebody Oriental, now that is outdated, and you absolutely should not be doing.
Well, but then you have Oriental rugs, which is to describe.
Chill out.
I'm saying, but that's a
that is a term.
Rug pattern.
No, I know, but that was racist too.
There are Oriental rugs, though.
Yeah, so here we go. The noun Oriental has a long history of association with colonialism and with language that others and exoticizes people of various Asian identities.
Yeah, that's the thing.
While
Just
Oriental is not
lumps everybody
offensive
together.
in senses, the use of Oriental refers to a person. Referring to a person is usually considered offensive.
Yep. Exactly. So you can
regionally, geographically, you can say, or cultural and in specific circumstances, but to be you are, that's fucked up.
Yeah, that's a problem.
All right, well, more you know.
The more you know.
All I know is I got in trouble for saying it in middle school, and I was confused.
I get that.
I was yeah, the Orientals.
Well, I would just be dude, honestly, I think my argument to that in your favor would be well, then why do white people say everything is Mexican when it's not?
That's literally what I was about to say. If it's a blanket term, then you know what? I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole defending it.
It's just if it's cold outside, bitch, I'm wearing a blanket. That's all I'm saying.
What do you want me to say? You're not hungry now?
You're not hungry now. You're not. Shout out to Shane Gillis. You're not hungry now, but when a hamburger cuts you off in traffic.
Cheeseburger was Jewish in that joke.
The cheeseburger, or whatever you think the cheeseburger was.
In your little racist heart.
Yeah. You all have Fox News dads. Do not denounce your father.
How could you deny your father?
Do not deny your father.
Yeah.
We're just kidding. Okay, we can't quote him the whole time, but that is a great. If you haven't checked
Shout
out
out to
Shane Gillis on YouTube, dude.
Check him out live in Austin. That special's
Oh,
fantastic.
it's such a good fucking special, man. I love that so much.
Yeah, he's on his way. I think he needs a lot of attention.
Do you like
There
that?
you go. I like that.
Actually, you know what? Fucking shout out Tires. His show on Netflix is
Tires.
great.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for season 2, man. I can't wait for season 2.
They get renewed?
Yeah. They got renewed, I think, for 2 more seasons. I think they're gonna do season 3 too. Yeah.
That show fucking rocks.
And it's so different. It feels you know how the Office and Parks and Rec, The Office was kind of the first one to do it, of this cameras are inside the workplace, shaky cam kind of shit, where it feels I'm in the room with them. It feels more amateur-ish, but it's got high picture quality.
Yeah, production value.
The way that they do it, they don't acknowledge the cameras.
Yeah, the cameras aren't there. They're still omniscient, but at the same time, it doesn't move cinematically.
Yeah.
It's not like the camera has this really sort of storytelling type of feature, right? It's not a tool for moving the story along. It's really just kind of capturing what's happening. Now, it's not in a boring documentary style way, but as Phil is saying, it's very much in that Office style of they have crash zooms. They move there's some subtle kind of shake to the camera a little bit, so you can tell it's in somebody's hands.
Mhm.
It's a cool take. I think it's kind of the natural evolution to the Office type shows, because I think you're gonna get away from doing for lack of a better term, found footage style television shows where it's fly on the wall, we're in a documentary, we know the cameras are there, to just keeping that style because people love the cinematography without the characters acknowledging it, because now that The Office exists, you're always going to get compared to The Office.
Mhm.
So
they don't
nice-
do the
there was a
talking head
crossover
interview
between-
thing.
Nah, go for it, Phil.
No, you go.
All right, if there was a crossover between Blair Witch and The Office, that'd be fucking great.
That would be cool. I'm surprised they didn't do that during their run. That there was never
Just
like a
all of a sudden they pan to Jim, and all of a sudden his face is a fucking skull.
yeah, or just like Michael did that one where he goes out in the woods to like do the like Les Stroud like Survivor Man type of thing. And like I feel like they could have done that a little bit. Like he's already out in the woods, so
Yeah.
just having him like really close to the camera, just sort of like, okay, I've been out here for so like that was just kind of a
Well, I
clear
know that-
choice to do it.
What was it?
You see,
Scary.
this is where I wouldn't be a writer because I would say, let's kill him.
Let's just kill him.
Let's
kill
kill
him.
Michael Scott.
Let's kill Michael Scott.
Let's kill Michael
Let's kill
Scott.
the
Let's
one
make it
thing
funny
that brings in the most amount
by
of
making it
viewers to
as
this
graphic as
show.
possible.
If it was just a gory like Terrifier 3 style death. just
Yeah.
on
Now
NBC
the
for
problem,
no reason.
the problem is that it was NBC, and back then NBC was so clean cut that they would have
Ugh.
never. But I
know.
do remember
That's why I
when-
would have been fired.
I remember when Scary Movie did the spoof of Blair Witch, where she like the newswoman
and she
gets
keeps-
it in the snot
yeah, her
because like
nose
the
keeps
lady
running.
in Blair Witch, like,
I love
it's just pouring snot out of her nose while she's crying because it's cold as shit outside.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was good.
I remember that was good.
Good content.
Good content, guys.
Good,
hey,
good
hey,
content.
good content. Good content.
You guys did it.
You
do you want us to
did
say?
you did that thing. It's so crazy
that
looking
thing.
You did
behind
that
you right now
thing.
on the screen, Kevin, and just knowing that you're in Houston right by I-10.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah. Considering like I did not go home for Christmas this year.
Yep.
I'm sitting here being like, nah, Houston.
It's nice. I can't lie. This is a very, very nice. It was. I didn't realize how much I missed Houston. We went to Houston a year ago to
Mhm.
do two very important things. One was filmed for Houston Wilderness, a short film to talk about the ecological progress that they've been doing, their efforts and the partners, and the importance of their mission. Amazing. But the second, more important thing was it was Phil's birthday, so we had to go down,
Yes, it
celebrate our boy. He's turning
was.
23. Very proud of him.
No, I
And
did not turn
now
23 on
he's,
that trip. I turned
Yeah, now he can
26.
almost rent a car.
He's turning 19. It was crazy. He
That's
was-
better than the other shit
30,
you guys do. when-
30.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other shit you guys do when you tell people like, yeah, he turned 31 down there.
Yeah.
It's
Isn't
like,
it crazy?
right.
no, the fuck I
Doesn't
didn't.
Phil look good for 33?
And someone like one of our friends believed them and was
Yeah.
like, damn, dude, happy 30th. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm not 30 yet.
yeah.
No, the crazy part is you've known him for so much longer
Yes,
too.
Yeah.
the person who believed them has known me the longest.
Yeah, and they were just like, "Oh shit, happy birthday!"
no way,
Phil.
30.
30. That came
By the way,
quick.
known me 8 years, still don't know my birthday. Cool. No. Wait, granted, I don't know that person's birthday either. I could
Right.
not tell you.
I can't tell you either of your birthdays. I don't know. I barely know my parents.
I think I know.
Kevin, I
No.
have
Don't know
your birthday
birthdays.
on my phone.
I know both of yours actually.
I know yours is May 15th.
Yep, yours is October 6th.
Yes.
And Kevin's is January 30th or 31st?
Close, but no.
No,
Wait,
27th.
Wait, I have it.
Yeah.
There you
bitch.
go.
God damn.
Because you're the same as my friend Andrew. You guys have the same
Yep.
birthday, so that's how
And
I
you
Me
guys
and
suck
Andrew have the
each
same
other on that
birthday.
day.
Also, Beethoven. So
Oh, cool.
a lot
That's
of cool
dope.
people on the 27th.
Yeah, well,
That's pretty sick, honestly. I did not know that Beethoven shared a birthday with you guys.
let's see who has
Yeah,
my
we have a lot in
birthday.
common.
Hey, listen.
Yeah,
Virtuoso.
well, I share my birthday with Addison Ray and Ryan from Ryan's World
World
Toy
Toy
Review.
Ryan's World.
Ryan
Oh,
mentioned.
no way.
Dude, Ryan mentioned.
Human captive
picture.
Ryan from Ryan's
Yeah,
World.
I also have Bronny James, LeBron's son's
That's pretty cool.
birthday. Is there
You got
anyone
Sherman
else?
the Vermin. He shares
Who
your
is that?
birthday.
Sherman the
YouTube
Vermin.
star, maybe.
All these people
Who
like
is Sherman the Vermin.
Oh, I also have a with Lil Darky.
Lil Darky.
That's
rapper.
cool.
Oh, hell yeah. I love Lil Darky.
That's pretty
Trevor
dope.
Lawrence, the NFL player.
That's pretty sick.
Anyone
nice.
else who's somewhat interesting?
Grade A
No.
under A.
That makes me want to
Yeah.
die. Oh, Elizabeth Shue. Shout out to The Boys. I love that show. She plays in the first
What
season.
the
She
fuck?
plays the blonde lady who is like Homelander's kind of like handler in The Boys.
I think I
dude,
kinda-
Okay,
you should
I'm
do
gonna
more of
eat a
those
dick
hand
on that.
movements. You're
Oh,
like-
Jeff Nippert,
did the
who is
whole-
one of my favorite fitness guys. Shout out to Jeff. That's cool. Brett Gelman, whatever, the fucking
Oh,
Zionist
yeah.
piece of shit from Stranger Things.
Yep,
Awesome.
I remember him.
And that seems
Wait,
to
not
be about
famous
it.
Zionist
That's about
Noah
it.
Schnapp, right?
What? No,
No.
not famous
No
Zionist
Zionist icon.
activist, an icon.
Who we got?
Noah Schnapp.
I don't think
Chase
Chase
Hudson. So Lil
TikTok
Huddy.
star.
Lil Huddy from TikTok. You also have Role Model, who's a pop singer. I've never heard of them in my
Nope.
entire life.
Me neither.
Ray Lewis.
Oh, Ray Lewis, one of my favorite
that's kinda
football
cool. You're a
players. That's
Ravens
actually
fan.
pretty
That's
sick.
pretty
I
cool,
like that.
actually.
That's pretty dope.
That's kind of sick.
Damn. All right. Didn't know I shared a birthday with Ray
Smoke
Lewis.
Perp, famous Florida
Oh
rapper.
shit. Yeah. Okay. That looks like mainly it. Oh, Andy Murray, tennis player.
Andy
That's
Murray,
pretty sick. Hell
famous
yeah.
tennis player.
Okay.
David Krumholtz, who, fun fact, I watched The Santa Claus, the Tim Allen movie.
Oh, dude,
and
that's
David
right.
Krumholtz plays Bernard, who is Santa's assistant.
Yep, and then he goes on to play.
Love that
he's
guy.
in. Oh no, he's in Oppenheimer.
Yes, he is in
yeah,
Oppenheimer.
he's in Oppenheimer. That's right.
Yes, he is in
There you
Oppenheimer.
go.
Let's see if
Yeah, he
there's
plays
anyone
one
else.
of J. Robert Oppenheimer's like best friends. like,
Emmett
throughout
Smith,
the entire-
another famous football player.
That's awesome.
That's about it. So let's see who you
pretty
have
sick.
on
Let's see.
January
Let's see what you got. Kev.
27th.
January 27th. Who you sharing it with?
I'm not seeing a single. Okay,
Yep.
Mozart, not Beethoven. by the
Okay,
way.
Mozart, yeah, I
Mozart.
wasn't- I
Mozart.
wasn't-
By the
Still-
way,
still pretty
way
sick.
different.
Still pretty cool though.
Nah, he's kind of lame.
FaZe Sway from
FaZe Sway,
Clan.
FaZe
FaZe
gang,
Sway,
FaZe Clan.
baby.
We
Let's
love
go.
FaZe Clan, although I don't think
I
he's
thought
in
for
FaZe
just
anymore.
a second that was going to be Bam Margera.
I really- it
and
looked
I
like
was
it was
like,
Bam
if
Margera.
you share it with
Dude.
Bam
It looked like it was Bam
Margera,
Margera.
that would
We have so much in common. We got to
let's
go to the
see.
compound one day.
We do 100%.
You
without
know
a
you can
question.
just walk on, right? You
That's
can
what I'm
literally
saying.
just walk on.
Oh,
Patton
Patton
Oswalt.
That's
Cool.
pretty
Patton
sick.
Oswalt.
Oh, and also Alan
Oh,
Cumming.
And
the
Alan
person who voices
Cumming.
every single animated rat.
Yes,
I love
he
it.
does.
Pretty much.
John Witherspoon, who's a famous actor, and
That's
he's
pretty
dead.
sick.
But
yeah, he's passed. Then.
let's see. Is it? It's a lot of like random TikTok and YouTube stuff. Rucka Ali, dude.
Rucka Ali, hell yeah!
You have the same.
Yo, only greats.
Dude, Rucka Ali. What a different time.
Dude, that
What
is
a
so
different
crazy.
time.
Dude, that is so fucking funny, honestly.
Yeah.
That,
Oh yeah.
that was the last name I think I would have ever
Rucka
believed
Ali.
that was. Actually, Maddie Monroe, who is a famous TikToker. I don't know if you guys know her, but she was in, I believe she was in Hype House,
Okay.
which was like the
Oh,
Charlie
she was a
D'Amelio,
Hype
Addison
Houser?
Rae. I think she was part of that, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like Hype House. Love me some Fish Tank.
Oh, dude!
Love
shout
me
out to
some Fish
Sam
Tank.
Hyde. I don't believe in a lot of your politics and your moral standards, but Fish Tank. Shout out to Bert. Bert absolutely should have won Fish Tank this year, and I'm glad that he fucking did. Because shout out to Bert, you are the man. I don't know if you guys know.
I
who
want
Bert,
Airsoft Fatty to have a resurgence.
Dude, Airsoft
Oh.
came in, but he didn't win because he was brought in as like a wild card to fuck with people.
Wait,
so
That's what they
Airsoft-
always do.
Airsoft
But I want
Fatty?
him to
Yeah, they brought him
actually
in,
have
which
like.
also, by the
he
way,
needs to turn his life
real
around.
quick, Airsoft Fatty
Dude,
was
Full
also
Force
on
guy?
season 1 of Fish Tank.
Wait, but Full Force guy.
Yeah, full force.
Oh, I love that kid.
Mhm.
I love
Yeah,
that
he came.
kid.
He was on season 1 of Fish Tank, and now he came back for season 2.
That's dope as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, they
I'm
brought him
glad,
in.
I'm glad that he's still like in the content circle and
Dude,
didn't die after the
Yeah,
iPods
but he's like,
documentary.
he's just like, he's there to shit on.
No, he was literally there for them to make fun of, and for him
Aw.
to basically be
He was a lol cow.
psychopath.
Oh yeah. Hardcore. It's,
he was. I mean, well,
It's
no,
kind of upsetting. Can't lie. I want
But-
him to. I want him to have a glow up.
But that's
Yeah,
what
I do
that's
too,
what
man.
Fish Tank is for, though, is to find and create lol cows.
No, you're right.
From scratch.
You're right. It can't all
That's
be boogie.
organic.
Because
It
you're
can't
not
just be
allowed to
boogie.
know what Fish Tank is. They find people who genuinely believe they're going on to become the next big influencer.
Yep.
Oh my God, Nick,
Yeah. What's up, Kev?
you and Phil are both younger than Airsoft
Fatty.
Fatty.
Really?
What?
He is 27. He was born in April 3rd, 1997. He's just like 2
Holy
months younger than
shit.
me.
He's
Wow.
a year. He's almost a year older than me.
Yeah,
That's
And
fucked.
he's not
that's
looking good right now.
disappointing.
How does he look now?
It's
I haven't
not
seen him since the
good.
documentary.
Like
Not
this.
great.
This is basically what he looks like. He got a
Ouch.
mohawk and it looks like fucking garbage.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like to.
I'm gonna give him like 10 years.
That's nice. See, look, but like that's what he did. He put like arrows on his head and he got this like punk look. And
That's kinda
that's what
cool.
he walked into Fish Tank looking like. was like
He
the
had the
red
mohawk.
mohawk. And
Oh, they ate
everything.
him
Yeah.
alive, guaranteed. Are you fucking kidding me?
Shout out to
Yeah, they murdered him.
Well, I mean, what in season 1 didn't he like literally shit himself and roll around in his own shit?
Probably it's Sam Hyde.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no. Like he
Jesus
is
Christ.
he is their little pig boy. Like he is there to be the gross expense to see how far they can push down that bottom line.
Yeah. Well, it's
My
almost like they
God.
took some of the people who iDubbbz had featured on his shit and were just like, "You're ours now."
Well, yeah, after the Sam Hyde thing, I'm sure that he just took
Well,
over
dude,
that entire
that Sam
gang
Hyde
of
documentary
freaks.
was like the final. I think that was the final nail in the iDubbbz coffin.
Oh,
quite
guaranteed, dude. Ian can never come back from any
Because
of
to
that
him,
anymore.
he's like, you fucking like, you made me look like an idiot, but to the rest of us, it's like he made you look like a bitch.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't just that you were like
he just made you
tricked
look
or
like-
anything.
Yeah.
It was your reactions to everything. And also just, dude, if
Yeah.
2018 or 2019 iDubbbz saw you now, oh my God. You'd be on Content Cop, bro. You'd
I
have
would
your
even go
own
farther
content
back than
cop.
that. I'd be like 2014 iDubbbz.
Oh my God.
He would fucking like
I did.
shoot him.
Yeah.
iDubbbz.
Yep.
2014 I did.
Oh, you know what? Actually, speaking of, let's get into a little political analytical real quick, just because
Oh my God.
there has been some shit going on the last couple of days. I don't know if you guys been following all the Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, H-1B visa stuff.
I've been honestly.
Oh hell no! I've been intentionally.
Oh,
I see
boys,
that.
Yeah.
Man,
do
I'm
I
like, God damn,
have-
this is a barrel chested Tesla looking motherfucker. I'm gonna not read this.
Yeah, I've been
article.
avoiding
I'm gonna try
that
to
for the
enjoy my break.
entire holiday
Hey,
season.
let me tell you something.
I'm in denial. Full
I have
denial
been
mode.
I have been creaming myself and absolutely twisting my nipsies to
Yeah,
this
about to say, you're
fucking
milking
Nipsey
those
to
Hussle.
this fucking shit. So
Your Nipsies are hustling.
as you know, yeah, my nipsies are hustling. So as you know, Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk
like that.
are being appointed a non-official Department of Government Efficiency or Doge.
Yep.
Um,
Still
yeah.
can't believe they
Yep.
named it Doge.
I totally
bro.
can't. He was finding
Fucking
any way to do
crazy.
that.
I
But-
love it.
So they every once in a while will put out these like public statements about like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do this. Mind you, both these guys are billionaires. They are billionaires.
Yeah, with a B,
Elon Musk
capital
will
B.
most likely, if he's not murdered first, will become the world's first trillionaire. It's basically on its way. He's almost hit $200 billion net worth. Almost. So which is like, what are you doing with all that? Anyways, and I know what he's doing. He's buying governments. Now,
Yep.
over the Christmas holiday, Vivek came out with a statement basically being like, we are going to be pushing for a bill and legislation that passes to increase the amount of H-1B visas. Now, H-1B visas are given out to highly skilled, usually tech workers that
Right.
come from different countries, mainly India and China, but almost entirely India.
Okay.
That come over so that they can come to the US and basically be exploited for like a fraction of what US tech
yeah, skilled labor.
tech
that was
skilled labor,
US
high skilled labor
created,
like
right.
employees will be paid.
Gotcha.
Americans want to be paid more, but these people who get H-1B visas come over and they do the same work for a fraction of the price, and they're willing to work overtime hours because they're getting a visa to live in the US, right? So
Mhm. I know a few people on those visas.
yeah, so that didn't go down well, obviously, because one of the, like, if not the number one, then the number two policy that Trump ran his entire platform and campaign on for
Right.
the 2024 election was, I'm going to deport people in mass deportation strategies. I'm also going to make it incredibly hard to not only just get into the country, but to obtain citizenship and
Once
obtain
you're- yeah.
visas to stay here. So Vivek saying, oh, we need to bring in more people to do high skilled labor that Americans could do and have the same education to do. And also in the tech world, if you don't follow it, computer science is one of the most highly sought after industries right now in terms of labor and in
Oh,
terms of
yeah.
occupation,
Oh yeah.
wherein most people who come out don't get a job in their field in tech for like 5 to 10 years right now, because there's such a saturation of people who want to get into tech work. So this happening, him saying all this about like, we need to bring in more people, obviously clashed pretty hard with people in the MAGA sphere and those who voted for Trump
Right.
because they don't fucking want any more people who aren't American coming in here. And on top of that, specifically non-white people. So people start coming after him being like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why would you want to bring more people in if the whole point of electing Trump was to not bring more people in?
To get people out.
To which he
rather, in
said,
fact.
and I'm paraphrasing here, to which he basically said, Americans basically have a culture of not laziness, but of uplifting mediocrity.
Oh yeah, I saw that because he was talking about like,
That's awesome.
less Friends reruns. You got to watch more movies like Whiplash that increase good work and don't promote laziness. And I'm like, you stupid fuck. Like, first of all, Whiplash much
that's
better
so
than
base.
Friends, but it's also like, bro, what
Stop
are you
watching
talking
Friends. Watch Whiplash.
about? Watch Whiplash.
That's how we're gonna get out of this. That's how we're gonna get out of this recession.
You better watch J.K. Simmons emotionally abuse those children, and if you don't walk out as a stronger American, then you're a fucking communist.
Then
That's
put on a rerun again and again.
Keep
he
watching
said
until
that
you get
he
the
said that
point.
quote, America celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian, will not produce the best engineers. He went on to say that, where is it? A culture that
1996
venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or Zach and Slater over Screech in Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. So he's basically saying, you guys are a bunch of chuds and chads, and because I'm a beta cuck, I'm the nice guy who should be, venerated, as he said, which, by the way, fuck you for using that word. Venerated. Shut the fuck up. Now, this is open.
That's a Chad statement right there.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, venerating. I
Okay, you
imagine
fucking
him,
nerd.
like, you should be nice to the nerds because one day you'll be working for us. Bro, I'll fucking scalp you.
Vivek, tell me in a different way that you were invited to parties in high school as a joke. Like, tell me a different way that you showed up for a date with the girl that like you had been waiting to ask out for years and were just padded with shit-filled water balloons. Like I that is such a bullied kid response of, well, if you're just gonna look at all the guys that are better than me, then we're never gonna get any. Dude, shut the fuck up. Why don't you get better? How about you get more important? How about you actually provide something that people would actually fucking
awesome.
like do something that people would celebrate? If nobody's venerating you, there's probably a fucking reason for that. Maybe you're the mediocre one.
If you're
dude.
a nerd, just
know what?
be a fucking nerd.
Here's my hot take on that.
Yeah.
I think he's right.
You think
I think that he's genuinely right. I do think that we don't promote as much education as we should be, especially in terms of other countries.
I would agree with
especially since that
education.
is a big issue in the United States, which is kind of ironic because he wants to gut the DOE.
yeah.
But I definitely agree that is definitely an issue.
But
I think that is a cuck response. So I agree
yeah,
on that.
that's the thing. Is like I'm all for promoting education, but that's not what he's saying.
No,
He's
but
saying-
that's not what
if
he's
he was
saying.
a
What-
Chad
what
and he
he's-
said the same thing, I think that we would all be giving flowers.
No. Because I completely disagree. Because what he's faking that response. He doesn't. That's not the point he's trying to make. The point he's trying to fucking make is that Americans want to be paid more because we have a higher value of labor here, and we're not going to sit and not separate work life from personal life and work 40 extra hours of fucking overtime for the same amount of pay. People want to be paid what they're fucking worth. No one
Totally.
can live off of $30,000 a year. It's just not possible.
Oh
Kev, he's a small peepo. Okay, he's trying to be a red-pilled groiper. He's not. He's not. He's a peepo.
No, he
He's-
is a
he's-
sad
he-
peepo.
He's
Chinge.
He's
He's a fucking lowly
saddled with
chinge.
Pepe.
He's Cheems.
He's trying to
Cheems.
be a Groipa. Not gonna get there.
He's not gonna get there.
He's not a red-pilled groipa. He's a fucking like beta cuck incel fuck.
You're Cheems. Oh well, you seem to know a lot about him, don't you?
And his name is Chinge. Yeah, you seem to know a lot about him. You seem to know a lot about him. But
Oh,
so
God.
when he said this, his department colleague, whatever, basically Elon, comes onto Twitter and basically starts being like, he's right. It's impossible to like find good engineers and good employees out of Americans. That's why they need to have more, like, literally names Indian guys. He's like, more Indian people need to come over here and do the work for us because Americans don't want to do it and they're bad and they don't have good work ethic and all this shit. To which a bunch of MAGA people started turning on him, especially far right influencers like Charlie Kirk, like Laura Loomer, Laura Ingraham. A lot of the Fox people are starting to turn on him. And his response as a free speech absolutist was to take away their verification on Twitter, was to disable their subscribers so they cannot monetize their stuff anymore, was to shadow ban them, or in Laura Loomer's case, fully suspend her off of Twitter.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Gotta love that.
That's how you're gonna be on.
And now Laura Loomer is like digging up dirt on him and finding out which politicians he paid off.
Who,
and
Musk or
Musk.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And finding his specific dollar amount transactions for donations to the Trump campaign.
Love that.
To which it was exposed, he spent almost $250 million supporting Trump in the last campaign.
Quarter billion?
It's higher than that.
It's got to be higher.
Oh, it's definitely.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
He probably spent $500 million.
Easily.
Like,
so
come on. Re-elect Trump. All that money down the drain, literally, just to get this dude.
So, and here's the other problem now. Trump, instead of backing and siding with the people who actually voted him in.
That's crazy, Vivek. I don't know if I can
sided
support
with
that.
Elon in saying Elon knows what he's talking about. We do need high skilled workers, all this shit. And now people are like freaking the fuck out and being like, are you fucking kidding me? And also the humorous part is a bunch of people. There's now a campaign to send Elon back to Africa. They're literally saying, go back to fucking Africa.
He'll just be rich in Africa.
I mean, like, he'll just go and promote apartheid again in South Africa.
Yeah, like I don't get why people think that sending people back to the country is like the worst thing ever. His company is so big that he's gonna be rich there. Like,
well,
do people not know how money works? I don't get it.
Well, the problem is too is that he's also like there's a very like strong, basically confirmed rumor that he's being investigated by the FBI for having private talks with Iran.
I read about that.
The guy Bashar Assad, the guy who just died from Syria.
Yep.
So the FBI is supposed to be investigating him, and that's why people are saying he backed Trump so hard was because
he wants to get a pardon.
Number one, he wanted TikTok to be sold to him so he could buy it and have all of that data that he could then go sell. He also wanted to be, pardoned whenever he needed to.
Very true.
And then there was another reason why I forget it is, but basically to just push his own agenda on whatever it is.
Right.
So I just think
there's a lot of benefits you get from buying the government.
But
you can say that again.
But also during this, to defend himself, it was also found out that he has 3 different alt accounts on Twitter that he gave verification to so that his comments and tweets go to the top of the list whenever you if he comments on something on an alt account, it's one of the first things that gets seen.
Wow.
However, and this is basically the end of my political analytical with this, but he went into a Twitter space, which is, if you don't know what a Twitter space is, it's basically a way that people will meet on an audio platform and speak to each other and have these conference room.
It's like Instagram Live.
Yeah,
or like an AIM chat room.
It's more like it's like a Discord. It's basically a Discord.
It's a live Discord, but you can enter in and listen to it.
Yes, you can enter and listen. You can request to speak. It's the same thing that the Hawk Tuah girl, Haley Welch did when they were talking about Spitcoin and she got exposed for the rug pull
and everything. Yep.
So he goes in there
and then ended it by saying, "All right, guys, I'm kind of tired. I'm going
to bed now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow."
But we're
to
talking
business as usual.
Yeah, but I'm kind of tired now. Good night, y'all.
It wasn't even that. No.
Okay,
He goes, okay.
Okay, I guess we're done.
Okay.
I guess that's the end.
And
of
it ended. No, but he went into a Twitter space under one of these alt accounts, right?
Okay.
And it's very clear. And this alt account he chooses is also a random South African billionaire. So he doesn't have to so one, he can say, oh, this is a rich guy who's defending me. So he gets it. Also is that when he goes on Twitter spaces, his accent can come through, but it was very clear to people that he had a voice changer on. while he was in the Twitter space.
Wow.
And then at one point, apparently it glitched and turned off. And it was just very blatantly Elon Musk saying, oh, you guys want to, bitch about censorship. No, you guys just have bad takes and you're a bunch of losers.
That's pretty funny. I can't lie. That's pretty funny.
So now there's this like
good.
MAGA civil war. Basically people being like, why the fuck is President Musk in charge? And First Lady Trump is like not doing anything. And now there's more rumors coming out of Mar-a-Lago that all of Trump's team fucking hates Elon because he pushes himself into every meeting, into every budget conversation, into every policy conversation. He's in meetings where he is not requested and he'll walk into the room, whoever's sitting next to Trump has to get up and he goes and sits next to him. Yep. And then basically is just like, what are we talking about?
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
If I bought the government and I wasn't allowed in every single meeting, I would be pretty pissed.
Now,
you're having a meeting in my house? No, you're fucking not.
I was talking.
You're telling me what the fuck we're talking about. You're in my house. Yeah. I bought it.
I paid for it.
And that's basically the energy that people are giving. But what I was saying to Fallon over the weekend about this exact thing is the problem with this and the problem with this movement of MAGA that like I think I find a little bit of comfort in is that real fascist dictatorships and like totalitarian governments and these kind of massive regime changes that come at like a bigoted, hateful, just basically like evil kind of platform, they only work when the guy who is the face of it, like Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Benito Mussolini, Pol Pot, Mao Zedong, all these kind of movements only work when the guy who's the face of it is actually smart. Yeah. And actually knows what he's doing.
Oh, but even more than that, beyond the charisma, you need the charisma to work for you. Like it's in the same way, like you need the symbolism. Every single choice that you make has to back the ideology in such a way. And Trump is so all over the place, scattered, dementia, like poop brained, that there's no way that he can keep the plot. Like it's impossible.
He's also like
he's in the wind and gets affected by every little thing. Yes. If some rich prick comes out and says, avocados on your feet, they're actually a fantastic health, you would see him going to fucking RFK Jr. being like, I need you to research these avocados, get us the best avocados that have ever been grown. And like it would that would be a whole thing for 3 months, and then it would blow over when he hears about like the fucking murder hornet or some shit again.
Yeah, and it's
something's gonna happen.
When you look back at these dictators, like Mao Zedong was an incredibly smart scholar and college educated, multiple university educated guy, incredibly smart and big historian.
Joseph Stalin as well.
Joseph Stalin was an incredibly smart scholar who understood. He also had military background for tactician stuff, and also worked in the government before.
Yeah, he was an advocate before.
I hate the guy. Vladimir Putin has a lot of military training and a lot of reconnaissance
KGB, baby.
and spy work,
secret
and intelligence work. And Adolf Hitler was a writer and he had military background, so he knew the tactician side of it. And
he was a community organizer.
Is like a closeted gay New Yorker who's just a fucking reality star. Like he's a fucking idiot. Like what are we talking about?
Well, the really, really ironic thing is people are so willing to overlook so much and bring it back down to an identity of, okay, you're South African, get the fuck out of here. Literally, no matter what he says, what he brings to the table, it can also be reduced down to, you're an immigrant. You're not supposed to be here.
Well, and that's what a lot of people are talking about on the far right, is that like Elon and Vivek, even though Vivek is a born American, like he was born here, he's still like first generation and he's not white. And like what they're finding out now is no matter the amount of money, the amount of political ideology you have, at the end of the day, when you play on the racist behaviors and stereotypes of the right and the far right, and specifically Southern people, it's a one-way street. And you can't turn around and go, all right, now we're going to walk this way. The racism will always come first.
And you will
never be one of them in their minds.
You got a large mob behind
You'll never be one of them, white or not. You're still not from here.
And they
don't
keep pushing
care. Like, and I've told people this. That's why that senator, the black senator who like came out about like, he would own slaves if he could, and like
Oh yeah, the porn guy.
Yeah, the porn guy, Robinson,
Nude
or whatever.
Africa.
Yeah.
Fucking nude
Robinson
Africa
or whatever. He found out that it doesn't matter what you say. You're not like, to them, you're not white, so they don't give a fuck. That's why Ben Carson lasted 2 seconds in the Trump administration, then was pushed to the background.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
it's
Marco
token.
Rubio
it's
is still
tokenism.
seen
That's
as like a lesser person in MAGA eyes, and he's really white passing. Like they just don't care.
They don't care.
And so, now this is the thing that comes up where it's like Elon can buy the world over 10 times. So it's like, it's interesting to see where this might go, and eventually, like if Trump keeps siding with him, we've seen with Luigi Mangione, like you can be touched. So I would be very careful. I mean, I don't really give a fuck. Shoot him if you want. I don't give a shit. He's not the president yet. So, but like, if you're talking to Trump and being like, this is what I would do, what I would do is maybe start siding with the constituents who voted for you. But also, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even believe in national borders. So, like, don't talk to me when it comes to immigrants and everything like that. Because I'm like, fuck it. What is a border at the end of the day? It's an imaginary fucking line. Like,
the masses will eat you eventually.
But I just thought that was interesting, going over how, like, we haven't even started the presidency yet. He hasn't even started his second term, and already the guy who bought him the presidency is thinking that he can say whatever he wants and people will follow it because he's Elon Musk. And it's like, Tesla stocks have dropped, SpaceX stocks have dropped. He's losing a lot of support in Congress. Marjorie Taylor Greene is coming after him. Yep. Laura Loomer's coming after him.
You guys seen Marjorie Taylor Greene's American Idol audition that came out?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Wait, I want to talk about that in a second. I'm sorry. I don't mean to process, but I need to piss.
Yeah, go for it.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, you guys can keep on talking.
Yeah, we'll keep talking.
My video off.
Do what you need to do.
But yeah, so while we're waiting for him, we can do a little bit of media spotlight.
Yes,
I have watched a ton of stuff over this week, and specifically, I wanted to go back to our Christmas movie tier list.
Yes.
Over the break, I watched Trading Places, which was one of the movies that's a Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy movie that none of us have seen.
Classic. Yeah.
It's bad.
You weren't a fan of it?
Oh no, I watched it.
I had seen it
with
years
Fallon
and years
her
ago.
family. It's really bad.
All right, I gotta watch it again. I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
It's Eddie Murphy's second movie that came out. His first one was 48 Hours. Then it was Trading Places. Then it was Beverly Hills Cop. And they came out all 1 year within each other. So it was like 82, 83, 84 in that order. Dude, it's truly one of his worst performances I've ever seen. He's not funny. He's the funniest person there, and he's not funny. Dan Aykroyd is cringy, to say the least.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis is in it with gratuitous is an understatement, but gratuitous nudity. Right. You see her naked twice.
Right.
When I say no reason, I mean literally no reason. They don't acknowledge
there's no motivation for it.
The closest thing is that she technically is a prostitute.
Yeah.
But she's not getting undressed in front of a client. She just undresses for no reason after she brings Dan Aykroyd back to her apartment because, for those you don't know, Dan Aykroyd is a super rich guy. He's the head of a stock firm
company or something.
And then basically Eddie Murphy's character is like a street con man who's like trying to get people to give him like, $1 or $2 at a time by like lying about being, an amputee, lying about being homeless, this kind of stuff. And they the guys who are Dan Aykroyd's bosses who own the firm, they both basically are like, one of them's like obsessed with the idea of like environmental factors of like behavior and everything. So basically they're like, oh, well, this guy who's like a con man on the street, I bet we could turn him into what Dan Aykroyd's character is if we basically just switch their lives. And I bet we can get Dan Aykroyd to turn to a life of crime if we take everything away from him and he becomes desperate.
Yeah.
And so they do that. And it's just so bad. And like,
it's not the commentary
really
that they expected.
Just like bad acting, bad writing. There's like watching it, the scenes, there's like this like time taken and just these spaces of silence where there's no dialogue, there's no environmental noise, there's no movement.
Mhm.
It's literally someone just like walking in a room and being like, oh, cut that shit. Cut that shot.
What are we
Cut
talking
that
about?
whole shot. So I was saying, over the break, we put Trading Places, the Christmas movie, on our Christmas tier list, and none of us had seen it, so we rated it F. So I ended up watching it, and it was fucking horrendous, Kevin. It was
an F. I know.
Oh no, it's F. Not even if you don't include the terrible dialogue, the terrible writing, the terrible acting, the terrible like soundtrack usage, like the terrible cinematography. All of it is bad, and not in a way that's like kitschy and like culty, like The Room or anything like that. It's just
straight up bad.
It's like cringy bad.
It's hard for a major studio to do anything that's like sincerely bad.
And it was
you know
like
what I mean?
it was like sincerely bad.
Yeah.
And they shot it for 15 million. They made 120 million in the box office, which is crazy to 10x your money on a movie like this. But it was an F purely based off of, number one, Jamie Lee Curtis in what I said to Nick, which was overly gratuitous and frivolous nudity scenes.
Nudity scenes.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Jamie Lee Curtis, and she shows her.
I bet that she was kind of a fox back then, though.
I mean, look.
No, I'm sure that she looks great.
Attractive,
yeah.
But the whole point of her being in this movie was literally just to be like, here's a hot chick, and here's her tits twice. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
more
it. That's the whole reason she's there. She does not move the story along, other than giving Dan Aykroyd like supplementary, environmental factors. Like she gives him a place to sleep. She like, helps him with like a money thing. They end up helping each other because, during most of the movie, Dan Aykroyd is like trying to literally kill Eddie Murphy's character because Eddie Murphy gets his life, and so he wants his life back, blah, blah, blah. So the frivolous nudity, but also near the end, as part of the scheme to get back at the evil guys, like the antagonists of the movie, Dan Aykroyd
Once who made them switch bodies?
No. Dan Aykroyd goes into blackface for no reason at all. Dan Aykroyd is pretending to be a Jamaican man and goes into okay. There's no reason to do blackface unless it's like Tropic Thunder Robert Downey Jr., where it's a thing about an actor who would do blackface because that's method acting and it's a take on like white actors who do that.
Satirical
if like an overwhelming amount of the black community is fine with that, then do whatever. But this is like, there's no reason to really do blackface. There's just really no reason. And this was the textbook definition of there was no reason for you to do this. It had nothing to do with the story. The whole point was that they all get on a train, all of like the main characters get on a train at one point to stop, to basically steal this information that the investment firm needs for like quarterly earnings or like yearly earnings. It's the most convoluted fucking
I thought this
plot.
was a Christmas movie.
It is. It's a convoluted ass plot. And the only reason it's a Christmas movie is because it just happens to take place during it. It's like Die Hard. It has nothing to do with Christmas. Nothing. So
how do they switch bodies?
They don't switch bodies. They trade places.
No, they don't switch bodies. I completely
I thought that the movie
I
was
had
about
not
them
seen
switching
the
bodies.
movie
That's
since
so
I was
lame.
like 10 years old. I knew that they switched lives, and I always thought that
it's
was
not
like the
like Face
original
Off or
Freaky
anything like
Friday
that.
type of thing.
Yeah, I was hoping it would
no.
be like a witch doctor or something.
No. It's
unfortunately
basically
not.
like Dan Aykroyd's character works at an
Christmas witch
investment.
doctor.
He
It's a societal
manages an investment
commentary.
firm, and his bosses are like two super rich dudes, and one of them is all about money, and the other one is basically at the beginning of the movie talking about, oh, everything is about environment and like set and setting kind of thing, and like learned behavior, and like survivalism, blah blah blah. So he basically sees Eddie Murphy's character on the street who like gets involved with accidentally taking Dan Aykroyd's bag, and he is like, arrested, and he's like, I bet this guy only stole that bag because of his environment. He's just a product of his environment. He's just desperate and trying to survive and do what he can. So I bet if we gave him Dan Aykroyd's life, that he would be just as good as Dan is at managing our investment firm. And if we took Dan Aykroyd and gave him Eddie Murphy's life, then he would result to a life of crime because of his environment and his survivalism. And That's Trading Places. So basically, they make Dan Aykroyd's character completely destitute, and they literally switch their lives around. That's what Trading Places is.
That's
Which,
actually
by
kinda
the
funny, I
way,
can't even lie.
the amount of N-words in that movie, what are we doing? I understand it was 1983. It was still too many.
How many were said by whites?
So they said hard R probably like 3 times. But they used the retro
count on.
version, NEGRO, like
Oh,
like
yeah,
18
okay.
times, which is like
Yeah. That word is crazy because it was so okay, and then just one day it wasn't.
And you know what's interesting? Me and Fallon were talking about it, and Fallon was like, I was like, I don't even want to say that one because that one just seems almost like condescending
that one almost
to
is
me.
worse.
Yeah, because it feels like condescending, where it's
more
like
Jim
it's
Crow.
not.
Yeah.
It's
it's
Yeah.
more-
I
it's more
see.
You're going to
segregation
ancient
South
racism
it's
there,
more
brother.
like
type
it's more like
of that
1964
feel.
civil rights. Like it
Yeah.
really feels like.
It's not
Well, I'm not
slavery,
saying it, but
it's
you know what I
polite-
mean. Where it's like,
polite
dude,
racism of like
yeah,
the
like
separate but
it's
equal
waspy.
type of
It's
thing.
very waspy.
Fucking,
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
So basically, that is a double F. What was it? Double FZ.
Yeah, double FZ.
Double
Double
FZ.
FZ.
That's
Z
a
for Zoe Deschanel.
yeah.
As we'll remember. Yes.
That is.
Oh, speaking about not her, but this reminded me of a different movie that I just saw.
Mhm.
So I'm at the hotel and I did something that I never do: watch TV. When was the last time you guys watched TV?
Over this
Uh,
break.
And I don't mean like
cable?
streaming.
Like
I mean
cable?
like
I don't
go
even
onto
know.
news channels.
No, yeah, over the break. when I was
Actually,
in
over the
Connecticut.
break, we went to one of Fallon's family, like cousins' houses, and we just watched sports. But that was it. That's the only TV I ever watched, like live,
Yeah.
is sports.
So I was watching TV and I saw 50 Shades of Grey. So I put that bad boy on because I had never seen it and I wanted to know what it was about. And that movie
Sign
was-
the contract. Sign.
It's a
the
really
agreement.
bad
movie
movie,
was
right? Now, if you read the
And-
book, apparently the book is worse.
Apparently so.
That's so funny because I really want to read it. First of all, the character, like the sexy guy, is just so okay.
Isn't that
And
Penn
also,
Badgley?
he looks like a child. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like I know he's supposed to be young, but he looks like a child.
Yeah, he's
Like,
got the
fucking
baby
look up
face.
Christian Grey. He looks like he's like a college twink,
Jamie
not like
Dornan.
a billionaire.
Yeah, Jamie Dornan. He's been in other things since. He looks
Well,
better
you know, and
now.
then-
with
And
the
here's the thing
beard.
that's fucked up. I don't get, and maybe this sounds disparaging, but I don't get how Dakota Johnson has a career. Like
She's a nepo baby.
Yeah, the acting isn't that great. Trust me.
it's
I'm with
bad.
you.
It's really bad. And then I saw a quote that's because I genuinely was like, what else has she been in? And she always plays the girl who
Yeah.
takes her top off.
Her
It
tad
is
is
such a it is like almost to the point where I was like, this almost feels demeaning. Like, who's your fucking agent? And then I saw an interview. She's like, no, I like taking those roles. I'm a very sexual person, so I really like taking those roles. And hey, all power to you,
Yeah, and
but
then she did Madam
like,
Web.
can you at least be a
Man.
good actor in them?
Did she get naked in Madam Web? Because that would be
I
crazy.
Maybe.
hope so. Because that was the only movie that I
You see
thought
her-
of. I was
she
like,
sits down
how
for
do you
the
go from
talks.
being the shirtless girl to Marvel?
With Sony, she's like, "Listen, I'm down to do the project. The script's great. The only thing is, where's my topless scene?"
Yeah.
And they're
Why am I
like,
wearing
Well, no, but
clothes?
also they put Sydney Sweeney in there, so are they both topless in it? Like I feel like they put
Oh.
both of them in there so that people would hope that, but at least
Pray
one of them
that they have a
got
topless
topless at
scene?
some point.
How
And
do
they-
I avoid that movie?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
can I not?
yeah, and then
find
they
that
went and watched
streaming
it.
alone in
Yeah.
my bathtub.
They wanted to see breasts, and then they instead saw the worst movie of the year. That year.
That
What
is-
was, like
You know
it
what?
was-
Bold, smart strategy. Because there's nothing else in that movie. And
Can I
I
tell
haven't
you
seen
something?
it. I only hear bad things about it.
I-
And the more I learn about Dakota Johnson's career, the less impressed I am.
Well, because her dad is Don Johnson, who, if you don't know, he was like the
Huge
main
singer.
character of like Miami Vice too.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
and he was a huge singer.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
I knew
a-
that she knew she was a nepo
And then
baby, but
Meredith
that's
Griffith
and
is
then
so
Melanie
funny.
Griffith is
Melanie,
her
that's right,
mom,
it's
who
not
was one of like
Meredith,
the hot
Melanie
ladies in the
Griffith.
70s and 80s.
Nepo baby.
One of the hot ladies, one of the famous hot ladies.
Yeah, literally, he's
What a great
you know
job.
Sonny in Miami Vice, in which he's the main fucking character.
Yeah, the main guy, Don Johnson.
Yeah, and then she's
He's also in Django Unchained.
now Dakota Johnson. She signed the contract. Oh yeah, dude, the negotiating
the
scene is so
contract.
fucking funny.
Signed
No,
the contract.
and like you guys know the plot, right? Have you guys
What's
seen
a
it?
butt
Yes,
plug?
I have unfortunately seen the first one.
Oh, dude, so funny.
I don't think I even
I had
finished
to
it.
turn it off halfway through because I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I feel like I'm watching. I feel like I'm watching some like almost like borderline college writers project.
No.
Like it was
That's
poorly
what it
written.
was.
And the
It was a
fan
fan
dynamic
fiction.
fiction based off of
crazy.
Twilight.
Yeah, it was a Twilight fan fiction.
It was a Twilight fan fiction in which they
Mhm.
they originally
right.
made like this was the relationship that this writer wanted from Edward and Bella. And so then they changed it to not be Edward and Bella and be like its own thing.
And it became a
it's like
bestseller.
a clearly like
It's
borderline
vampire
illicit
coded.
relationship.
Yeah.
Borderline illicit. Like
It's so fucking weird, but I cannot lie. The contracts. I'm so glad that you brought that up, Nick. So fucking funny. Also, you're just not a
Negotiation.
college student.
you're
You
clearly
have
30.
You're not a college student.
You're not a
No,
fucking college
not even
student.
close.
And like, have you been to college?
The teenagers in the 90s, like the teenagers in Sky High looked like they were in high school more than you, or more in high school than you looked like you were in college.
Mhm.
Like you looked 30.
The Power
Like,
Rangers
come on.
looked more like children than you did. Like
And she was only
Come on.
27.
Ouch.
in real
She
life.
was our age.
No, she looks bad. And like
Okay,
and like
I'm not gonna go into like.
no,
her
I will real
fucking
quick. No.
body.
I'm
not
gonna
say
put
nothing
her
about
down
that.
real
Hey,
quick. Hold
listen,
on.
if she's your type, go for it.
If
You
she's
know
your
what?
type,
Whoa.
put the
You know
camera on
what?
me. Put the camera on me. If she's your type, you're a fucking loser, okay? Because she looks average at best. Okay?
This is for all the white dudes who aspire for mediocrity. Go
Our-
find yourself a
Vivek
Dakota
Ramaswamy.
Van
culture that
Johnson, whatever
venerates
fucking name. Sorry, I forgot her name.
Vivek's getting up, just being like, "We need less Dakota Johnsons." All right, it promotes mediocrity in the society in a way we do not want. That
You
is
should be aiming for
not
Sydney Sweeties.
my
We need less Dakota Johnson.
Anastasia Steele. All
Real quick, by
right?
the way, too, about Vivek, he also implied that Indians are a supreme race of people. That like he has like Indian supremacy, like white supremacists have, by the way.
Oh, and this is also a statement that Phil wants to prepare for us for the state, the people of India.
I wish I
And he
knew.
practiced in Punjabi.
I wish I knew hello in Punjabi so badly.
Yeah, so then I could just immediately put a bullet on the back of that bit's head again.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do
No,
that.
don't.
Listen, I didn't think he was even going to say hi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
I
speaking
thought he
of,
had shame.
speaking of having no shame, it is time for our hot take.
Hot minute, hot take.
Minute hot take.
Let's do it.
All right. Everyone knows how this fucking game works. It's everybody's favorite game on the show. 60 seconds on the clock. You get 20 seconds each. Make sure to keep it spicy. Make sure to keep it hot. Who's ready to go? Who would like to go first? Anyone specific? Okay, I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah, you haven't gone first like ever.
I literally went first on the last one, but that's okay.
Nah, that's not true.
It's fine. I'll go first. I had no problem. I told Nick I'm very excited for mine today. So let me start a stopwatch real quick so I can keep the time. And I will start it in 3, 2, 1. If you're publicly self-identifying as a people pleaser, you are definitely the most annoying person in any room or situation. If you want to be a real people pleaser, give head unprompted. Because other than that, kindly shut up. Because I can guarantee you the rest of us don't care.
Gingerbread cookies are overrated. Don't give them to me. Don't gift them to me. Don't ask me to come make them with you. I don't fucking want to. Gingerbread men, gingerbread houses, gingerbread fucking fire truck. I don't give a shit what it is. I'm not doing it. I'm not eating it. Get that spice shit out of my face.
Kev?
If you wear glasses, you're a fucking nerd. Embrace it. You're a fucking nerd.
What the hell?
Start reading
wear
books.
glasses.
Get out your pocket protectors. You're a fucking nerd. You're gonna live like a nerd because you look like a nerd. Accept it. Nerd up. Learn how to code. I don't know. Stop talking to the Stacys.
Learn how to
Stop
code.
talking to the Stacys.
I
Bro
love
wants
it.
all the Stacys for himself.
He's keeping them all.
Kevin is
They're
truly a DL chud.
already here. If
He's
I turn this around, you're just gonna see a room full of Stacys.
Kevin is a DL chud for sure.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
Giga Chad.
And that's a chud. That's a chud talking right now.
Nah, you're chudding out right now. You're having a chud moment right here.
Nah, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, he's mega chud.
He's shutting out. He's absolutely chudding.
He's chudding it.
Yeah, but I still stand by. If you wear glasses, fucking
you wear glasses.
You already lost a genetic lottery.
You wear
glasses.
Accept where you're at, you know.
But you wear glasses.
Not only do you wear glasses,
Okay,
you
so
have
I was a
glasses
scientist.
that are
I already
worth.
accepted that.
You have glasses that are
I
worth
made something out of it.
almost $1,000. You spent so much on glasses, dude.
And that's because I know I'm a nerd. I made a career out of being a nerd.
Yeah, you're a
I made
published
money out of being a
biologist.
nerd. I made the world better because of being a nerd. Because I wasn't in denial.
Oh, serious? Well, but what does that have to do with wearing glasses, though? Like, I think.
Oh, because I'm a nerd. I was never gonna be the president. I'm a nerd.
But shouldn't the president be
I'm
a nerd?
You can't have a position of power and be a nerd. No, it doesn't make
I'm
sense.
so confused
Now you
by
have,
this line of reasoning, but I don't
that's our whole
disagree.
issue right now.
This
The White House has been infected with betas.
With Chads.
They should have just been on the programming side.
No, he's saying that there are too many betas, not that there are too many chads. We need more chads, according to him.
So you
I'm
said-
saying that we have to have less betas pretending to be chads.
What about chads pretending to be betas?
You know, I do agree that you should
We've
be.
lost our way.
If you're going to be a beta, be authentically a beta, and there's nothing wrong with that. But be authentically a beta. I would agree with that more, Kev. Where you're just like, but also I think being okay with being a
Be
beta,
authentically a beta.
but also like it. You know, there's a
Be your best beta
psychological.
self.
There's a psychological thing there where it's like, if you can fully accept and embrace that you have beta tendencies, I think that then pushes you more towards sigma, because you're like okay and like in touch with yourself and being like, yeah, that's part of me, baby, and that's part of the package that comes with it. It's an add-on.
Mhm.
And that to me is more sigma, because you're not feeling like you have to prove, because chads always have to like prove this alpha kind of like persona.
You see this intellectualizing that's happening. This is nerd behavior.
I
And
hate
this is
you,
what I'm
dude.
talking about.
This is your point.
This is what just Phil needs to just embrace it. You're a nerd.
I'm actually I'm a gamma. I sit outside.
I'm a
Fuck, he got
he
me.
did
God
catch
damn
you. He
it.
caught you right there.
I'm actually
You actually'd in real life. You got to get the buck teeth and the broken glasses now. Actually.
I look, when you don't hear from me in the morning, just know that it's Kevin's fault.
I'll read the note.
Just
It's all
know
right.
it's Kevin's fault.
the amount of times this has been threatened. I'm gonna start like adding a little piggy, get a piggy bank.
Philip's fake suicidal threats.
Hey, your suicidal
and at the end of
ideation's
the
really
month,
up
and at
this
the end of the month, we have a pizza party.
At the end of the month, I buy a Maserati.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, how much are you putting in each time I say something? $1,000?
A nickel.
A nickel, yeah.
You guys are such fucking assholes, dude. You guys are bullying me, actually.
You see, he's embracing it, and I'm happy about that. Nick, do you feel like you've embraced it?
Yeah, I've embraced it.
Well,
Come on.
speaking of embracing,
What are
I
you talking about?
have a little bit of a very funny. I know. Speaking of embracing, I've been going on TikTok a lot lately, and I've been getting recommendations on the TikTok shop that are interesting to say the least. Okay,
Ooh, I'm excited for this game.
so I've been getting some recommendations from the TikTok shop. Let me just pull one of them up for you real quick, just to show you the kind of shit I've been getting recommended. Let's start with this one. Do you guys see anything interesting on here? See anything interesting at all in terms of something that is being sold to me?
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
So the only
Why
thing,
am I being recommended swastika rings?
So here's the only thing that I'll say about that, right? The swastika, as you guys know, was a Buddhist symbol before it was a Nazi symbol. And usually the whole
I
thing is
fucking
like,
knew that somebody was
if-
gonna bring
I
this
know.
up.
if they're turned to the side, it's Nazi. If they're like just sort of like parallel lines, like horizontal, like the way that ring has it, it's usually not meant to be a Nazi thing. Now, here's the thing, right? It's a new ring that was made recently and photographed
you zoom in on it
recently,
again, Phil?
obviously. Yeah. Like, I can't say to you, oh, well, obviously not. Like, they didn't mean it that way or anything else like that. They totally could have. But it was a symbol that was co-opted. So like if somebody was going off of a traditional design, like there were literally, I have this book that's called like Symbols of Hate, which just talks about like the way that like sort of hate symbols develop and they get co-opted and stuff like that. And there were literally like American books of like little girls, like swastika design books, basically, that they had out and would sell to like Girl Scouts in 1929 and 1930. So like it could be really bad, but it could also be really just like somebody who is trying to just use it in the traditional sense.
I was about to say, actually, in the middle of the ring, that symbol, I was kind of, can you go back to it? I'm pretty sure I saw that symbol in the Uncharted video games.
Well, so also I do want to say, like, if it was like a Buddhist
maybe you're
thing,
being a little insensitive.
If it was like a Buddhist thing, it'd be one thing. But to call it niche design,
yeah, that's a little weird.
Also 60,
I will say.
But like, also like, I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck if it was Buddhist and
if
it was like a
right,
sign for something. Right. Because we know what it stands for now.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's what I was saying before.
And
like, it's a new ring. It's not like it's an antique ring. I'm with you on that.
I love that I got also the taxi the taxi driver jacket.
Yep.
And a not nondescript, but a hat that would hide my face. So they're basically asking me to become a Nazi vigilante.
Yep.
Is what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
Now,
essentially.
That's the starter pack right there.
Now.
Yes, it is.
Granted. There's also another one that I got, which is not as justifiable. I mean, that one was not justifiable in the first place, but this one's even worse. No, not this one. God damn it, where'd it go? I'm trying to get it back up. The next one I got was arguably worse. I thought it was this one.
Or better, depending on where you land.
Bitch, why is it not fucking coming up? I hate this fucking stupid ass thing.
While we're waiting for this to come up, never mind.
There we go. So this one, this is just a straight up necklace, and the way that it's hooked, which means when you wear it, it's actually a swastika.
It's that's what I'm talking about. I can't defend that one.
And
like that one's literally just.
Then you're giving me this fucking Ted Kaczynski Unabomber ass fucking hat,
trapper hat,
and then
what is that? What is that symbol on it?
On what? On the hat? Just a scatterbrain, and it's. I think
some girl with a sword, cutting herself,
or something like a shotgun
looks like
or some shit. It's kind of a sick design, but what's not a sick design is a fucking swastika necklace. Hey, man, TikTok. Let me tell you something real quick. Put the camera on me. Huh?
Oh yeah, you're on there.
Just because I don't like Israel does not make me an actual fucking Nazi. I just don't like when children are bombed to death and people are forcibly removed from their homes. I think it's pretty reasonable, and I'm pretty sure it's not anti-Semitic if other Jewish people agree with me.
I never said we had a problem with Jewish people. We have a problem with Zionists who think that their right to land is worth more than human lives.
I just think it's crazy to me that it was just like, oh, you said something about Israel? I know what you want. What the fuck? The fuck did I do?
Oh wait, so me wanting children to not die and for people to not get bombed for existing means that I hate Jews? Or
not even just that, that I want a system to depose of them. Like what the fuck?
I want a systematic extermination effort.
Like dude, bro, what the fuck? I didn't say that shit.
How do we get from exterminating one people to another? Because I just want it to stop.
I know, like it really is like exactly. You can't have a middle ground where you just don't exterminate anyone, and we just like
what if no one gets exterminated?
People, if someone's bad on an individual basis, it's one thing.
What if we try one where no one gets exterminated?
Yeah, what if we try where we just kind of judge people individually rather than a whole culture at once? Because blanket statements don't work.
No, they don't.
Ooh, but my favorite blanket statements, Nick, I heard that you prepared a beautiful tapestry.
Yes, I have. We're gonna have to be quick because we're at like an hour 10 already.
And you know what that means? If we're gonna be quick, then we're gonna have to decide: would you rather?
Would you rather?
Sucking on my dick.
Hopefully this will show up well. I'm gonna hold it up and hope that it stays in frame as best I can. All right, so for this week, would you rather be outed to having a public affair with Donald Duck, or be implicated in committing war crimes in Toontown?
War crimes.
Like what crimes or war crimes?
War crimes.
Yeah, war.
No,
yes,
the war crimes.
yes, war crimes. Like you're a war criminal. You broke the Geneva.
Yeah, for the
Convention.
Toon Towns, 100%.
You're going for the Toons? You want to kill the Toons?
Oh my God, yeah, they're probably a horrible, horrible people.
Now, see, how did we just go from a discussion where maybe we tried
was
not
about to say,
exterminating
Kev.
anyone and you immediately went to exterminating someone?
People. These are not people.
But do they have
They're
rights?
Toons. They're
But do they
Toons.
have rights? That's the question that you really need to ask.
Would
yourself.
you listen? Would you allow Bugs Bunny to vote for our president?
Would you give Roger Rabbit the right to go to the police to find his missing
Now,
wife?
would you give Clutch Cargo the right to
Oh my
vote for the
God.
president?
I wouldn't give Clutch Cargo shit. Okay,
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
that guy.
saying.
That
There's a
guy
lot of
can't exist.
horrible-
Well,
Toon.
tell me why Mickey.
And I bet your sketchbooks that you had in high school, I bet that your tunes were not the best people.
Well, tell me why Mickey Mouse has a best friend who's a dog, but then also keeps a
Owns a
dog as a
dog?
pet.
Yeah, it's a little
That's what I'm saying. Bad politics.
Interesting.
Don't
Very
want them in
Django
mine.
Unchained view, Mickey
It's
Mouse.
a little strange there.
Little too reflective of
So-
Walt Disney there, huh?
So with the Donald one, like it's the type of thing where like you're running for office, you're married, and it comes out that he's just giving you that sloppy duck toppy every single night, and like he comes out.
Running a train on
comes
his
out.
Fuego.
I wish I could
with,
do the voice.
He comes out with like a
people
statement to
can
the
do that.
press being like, you know, we've been together for this long or whatever, and like it's a whole meltdown for your political campaign. It's Donald.
And Phil actually has prepared that statement in the Donald Duck voice.
No, I can't do the Donald Duck. I just showed you I couldn't do it.
I've been gobbling up. Let's come.
It's a high pitched Tasmanian devil.
I love it. All right, so which one are you guys going with?
Now wait.
Get those
if I
tunes out
commit-
the town.
Now, if I commit war crimes in Toontown,
Yes,
are there any major players that I'm taking out?
definitely so.
Like who?
Like most of the Looney Tunes cast, the entire cast of Total Drama Island, the Scooby Doo.
Oh, so this is like all cartoons that have ever been made.
Yeah. Do you remember Cartoon Network when they would do the city, like CN City,
Yeah.
and like they would like
Yeah.
meet in the parking
Those
lot of
bumpers were
places or
fire.
like those sorts of things. First of all, fire bumpers, absolutely, Kev. But
Fire in the
it's
booth.
like that, where like it's like a sprawling city within the United States that is all tunes. That's where they all live. There are humans that go in and out and whatever, but like to own property there, you have to be a tune specifically.
Yeah, I don't like those politics. I don't like immigration. Not a
It's
big fan.
almost also
Nope.
like sort of like it's like a separate nation type of thing. I guess the best thing that I could compare it to would be like an Indian reserve. Like they're self-governing, but the United States still has some power there. You know what I mean?
most power, but
Yeah, most power.
It's a sovereign state, basically.
Well, so
Yes.
wait, so you're telling me that I'm basically committing war crimes against a community of people that have been like
People is a strong word.
Now, they did not have their
I mean,
land.
it sounds like most of their rights were stripped already.
They
so
didn't have
I'm-
their land taken in the way that the Native Americans did. They don't have a history of colonial like just theft and mass murder the way that we do. It was like, you know, tunes were created in 1950. They had a life of their own all of a sudden, and now they are alive and they're here and whatever. So the United States government was like, "Shit, all right, fine. Here, take this."
So
And
this is
then they
Israel. You're
did.
just telling me Israel.
No.
The Zionists had nowhere to go.
Yes.
Then they
No,
were. Then we had
that's not-
sudden refugees created in 1950 or late
That's not what I'm
1940s,
saying.
and then the
Just
U.S. and
saying.
British went, "Oh fuck, okay, here." I mean, it's literally what you just said.
It's exactly what you just said.
There's some parallels. I did not intend them.
Okay, well,
All
if,
right.
Okay, wait.
if
Here's
they
a question.
behave
Where
the
is
same way that
Toontown?
yeah, if they behave the same way that Israel does, I would say,
The Toons are a peaceful people. They're not killing Gazans. All right, they're not killing Gazans.
Yeah,
Okay.
who are the Toon's biggest enemies right now? Who are they taking an eraser to?
Also, by the way,
Who
this
do
is
they
all.
put an embargo on?
This is all to
they
try
view
and avoid-
sketches as something different.
This
from
is all to
themselves. They
try-
view them as lesser than themselves.
Oh, the sketches are not the
sketches.
same as the Toons.
No,
So shell
no.
shading. Mm-mm.
Yeah, no.
So
no,
there's a
you
caste
You gotta
system.
have solid cell bodies. Yes, there's a caste system. Sketches can't marry tunes.
Well,
you know?
I
Like,
mean, if
that's-
they
that's the
I
practice,
mean,
basic
if they
of it.
practice,
you wouldn't
it,
want
like,
you wouldn't want to see sketch tune hybrids.
Ah, there you go.
What are we gonna do with them?
It's like
Too
where are
ugly
they
to go
gonna
on
go?
air.
Dude, that basically is
Too much time to be drawn in your notebook in class.
It's the Doodle Bob episode of SpongeBob.
Exactly. Listen, I know that this is not a popular opinion, but this is the opinion of this is the actions of somebody who's trying to keep the world peaceful. Yes, I'm taking an eraser to Toontown. Actually, I'm soaking that paper in water.
Okay, Phil.
Spilling coffee all over that bitch.
So he's nuking Toontown. Are you gonna let Donald come out and tell him about how you're just eating his cloaca every night, or are you going to actually press the button? Yeah, Donald loves a good rim job, dude. He loves it. You think he likes a rim shot? No. He wants that. He wants that good
like
deep
duck
egging.
mating
He
is
needs
like,
you to egg him.
Considering duck mating is akin to rape
every
basically.
time. His corkscrew cock just coming out.
Wait. The whole thing is that I have a public relationship. That does not mean I actually have to do anything. With
No. There are photos. There are videos that serve.
So you have been having an affair with Donald.
This is blackmail.
Imagine if the Stormy Daniels
Yes.
tape came out right before the election with Donald Trump type of deal. But it wasn't just people saying oh, he fucked a porn star and he paid her off. There's video evidence of not only them having sex, but then him afterwards being like, all right, here, 100,000, go ahead. It's that damning. You to the point where you're walking into the room with Donald and you're like, God, I fucking hate my wife. Shut the door behind the two of you guys, and then just hearing that the Donald Duck sound from inside the walls. It's that level of public meltdown.
Okay,
it was
I would say
Clinton.
Toontown then. I'm gonna commit war crimes in Toontown at that point.
Join the brigade, brother.
I'm collective punishing all of the Daria cats.
It's a direct equivalency to Bill Clinton when he had to do the Ricky Ray Rector that sort of thing. That what's it called? The death penalty thing.
Yeah.
You have to make an extreme left turn to recover from this politically.
The problem is that I wouldn't want to be seen as a bottom to Donald Duck. I could top Donald, but I don't want to be.
Then you're fucking a duck.
I don't want to be known as bottoming.
My favorite part. That's your huge problem. I just don't want to be the bottom in the. Come on.
I'm not.
Okay, well, Nick.
I'm
To be
not
fair, you
catching
put us
those
with a very
pitches.
limited solution.
Yeah,
You know that you were not going to suck that corkscrew.
You're
You
right.
know that Donald cannot give you slop.
Listen, just
There are no
pretend
lips.
you were opening a bottle of wine. You got a little too deep in there. You're just licking
either-
off the remnants.
I mean, either
Come
I'm
on,
fucking-
just close your eyes and pretend like it's a lollipop or something. A spiral curly Q lollipop.
Either I'm flooding the Yellow River of Toontown, or I'm basically a gutless bottom to a duck. So I think I'm gonna pick.
You know what? With that slobber, I bet he eats ass like
He goes
fucking
crazy. That's
starving child.
I think I'm gonna take animated Pol Pot on this one.
Okay,
I think
alright,
I'm just
alright.
gonna be a fucked up guy.
Right.
What's the
Now,
double down?
the double down.
Double down.
Publicly have it be revealed that you committed war crimes on Donald Duck, or have it come out.
Like Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
You've
give him a
had an
stress position.
affair with the entirety of Toontown. Every tune. You fucked every
Oh,
tune
I'm fucking every
possible.
tune. That's impressive. Are you kidding me?
Every tune?
Your
every
body
time.
count is in the thousands.
Cat dog. I hit at the same time.
You fucked the Rugrats?
Dude, come on, man.
Bro.
What the fuck is
All
wrong
grown up.
with
All grown up.
This is part of all of Toontown. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Well, Phil thinks about this. Yes, I am 100% putting Donald in a stress position. I am dousing him in cold water every 5 minutes. I'm electrocuting his duck nipples, and I'm plucking a feather every minute, making sure that he spills all his secrets. He's gonna be lucky to be recognizable
He's
afterwards.
gonna claim acts that he was never a part of.
He's gonna false confess. All right, I'm gonna
Oh,
make
shit.
sure. I'm gonna
Whatever
make
makes you
sure.
get me out of this fucking room, I'll say what I
I'll
Listen,
say
we're gonna
whatever,
have.
it's
We are
fine.
going to have the murderer of JFK by the end of my time with Donald.
No
We are
question.
going to have the cause of 9/11 by the
Yes.
end of my time with Donald.
Easy.
We are going to have the cause of Benghazi by the time that I am done with Donald.
We're gonna know whether the moon landing was fake when I'm.
We're gonna know if Helen Keller was real
faked
by the
it.
time I'm done with Donald Duck. all
By the
right?
time I'm done
damn
with
it.
Donald Duck, there will not be one secret in the world. Everything will come back. All roads lead to Donald.
All roads lead to Donald.
And let me tell you,
well, now that you mentioned the
he's
fucking,
not going to make it out.
Because
No, he's
it's
not
not
making
just the Rugrats. There's a lot of kids in Toontown.
All
now
right,
here's
man.
the thing.
All
But here's the
right.
thing though. Here's the thing. They are cartoons. So
And they're willing.
do they operate under the same laws?
well,
I
this
don't
is
know.
basically the Canadian porn thing that
I
we
was
talked
about
about
to
last
say,
time.
5,000-year-old
Fucking
dragon
hell.
girls. It's the same thing.
I would have to say
it's the same.
It's not a
argument.
5-year-old. She's clearly a 10,000-year-old dragon.
I don't care if she looks like she's 9.
now I'm gonna
Older than all
say-
of us. And in fact, she's taking advantage of me.
No, yeah, like
Oh
I'm
my
putting
God.
Donald Duck through Abu Ghraib at this point. Like I'm not, I'm fucking him up, dude.
Donald has never seen the light of day
He's
again.
never gonna hear. He's never gonna.
He's never gonna hear. It's such an
No.
ominous thing to say.
I'm plucking every follicle out that
By
year.
the time we're done, yeah, we'll see if you can hear anything. It's just like, holy shit! What are you gonna do to me? Holy.
Oh, I'm
Do you
gonna
remember-
get the Clockwork Orange things, pull his eyes open, and just flash grenade him every 5
You guys
minutes.
remember when
There
the Saudi Arabian family like had that dude like chainsawed and like cut apart and like dismembered inside of the
I don't think
palace?
so. No. Oh, Jamal Khashoggi.
Yeah,
yes, the
Khashoggi.
journalist. Yes, yeah,
that's
of
what
course.
I'm doing to Donald Duck.
Okay, all right.
Mm.
Which, by the way,
And also, we
by the way-
forgot to say the very important fact that torturing Donald Duck would be funny.
yeah,
He would be funny.
it would be funny.
It would be hysterical to hear him scream and beg.
Scream
I'm
and
worried
beg.
about you a little bit, Kev.
No. Listen to an old cartoon. I'm sure that there's an old cartoon of Donald. First of all, he was probably a Nazi in one of those old cartoons.
He was a Nazi.
I'm
in the
sure
old
that he probably
cartoons.
deserved it somehow.
There's
And
a famous
it was-
cartoon of
it would
him
be
being
funny.
a Nazi. Now it is anti-Nazi, but he is a Nazi in it.
Oh my God, he is.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
sorry.
in-
Do you feel bad for a Nazi?
He's
'Cause I don't.
working in a
Oh, I no
bullet
longer feel
factory.
bad at all. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, he works in a fucking bullet factory, and he keeps fucking up the ammunition so the Nazis don't have like stuff to shoot at the Allies, basically. But it's a famous wartime cartoon of Donald Duck being a
And
Nazi.
he didn't fuck. He
yeah,
he may be the
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
that the Nazis lost, but he definitely didn't do it on purpose.
You're
You
gonna
think
see
he's
something
He's
crazy.
just a buffoon. Look
Here
at
he
this.
is. There's him as Hitler. Here, if you scroll up though, Phil, after you zoom in, of course.
Oh, my
That's it. That picture.
Oh no, yeah, no. This is from the actual episode, like this one.
That's the real
Mein
one.
Kampf.
and him reading
Yep.
Mein Kampf.
Yeah,
Now, hey,
Donald
Disney.
Duck
Hey,
Nazi.
Disney. It's one thing to like, imply that you're Nazi. It's a thing. It's another thing to have a whole cartoon where you put the swastika like 20,000 times in the animation.
Listen, say it with your chest.
No. Stop saying things with your chest.
you say
Stop
stuff with
it, be
like
quiet.
your feet.
Be much quieter
Try
than you've
something
ever
else.
been.
Yeah. Say it with your.
Maybe we should bring back
little
shame.
voice.
We should bring back shame. That's a big problem. That's how we get, beta cucks in the White House, All right.
True.
Well, speaking of beta cucks in the White House, that has been our show. Thank you
Yes.
so much for tuning back in to the Bay One Entertainment Podcast. Let's do some quick plugs. You can follow us on Instagram at Bay One Entertainment. You can also follow us on TikTok at the same name, Bay One Entertainment. Make sure to check out the website, bay1entertainment.com. That's where we post all of the newest stuff. Make sure to check out, we just dropped a short film called Wicca. We'll also be, popping out some new content coming up.
Yes, we
Nick
will.
went to Cape Cod, got some really cool shots.
Yes, I did.
We've got some cool stuff in the works that we're doing. Hopefully that comes out early in 2025, maybe around the spring. We'll see how it goes.
So excited.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at phil.omf.
You can follow me on Instagram at nick.bradshaw.20.
You can follow me at _K_Mora.
And thank you so much for
Guys,
watching.
happy New Year.
Happy fucking New
and
Year.
thank
Happy
you,
New
thank you for coming
Year.
on this year-long journey that we've had so far with the Bay One Entertainment Podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. If you want to support the channel, since we don't have a Patreon yet, just drop a like, drop a comment. If you want to interact with us as far as the bits, if you want to get your opinion heard on anything, we want to hear it. And of course, subscribing to the channel is the biggest thing that just helps us grow, that helps the algorithm recognize us, put it out to new, listeners and new viewers. So whatever you can do to help us out. If you like what you see or you love hating what you see, please drop a like, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button.
Send
really
nudes to Kevin because he's the only one who can receive them. So
it's true.
I'm not a beta cock. So.
Send gross, blurry, like
pussy nudes,
16-bit quality pussy nudes.
Pussy is absolutely
give me some
disgusting.
pussy nudes.
Pussy
But you know what?
Vile.
Yeah, send it.
That's definitely some guy misreading pussy. Like, send me the pussy. Send me the pussy.
Hello,
Send me
baby
pussy.
girl. Please send
I
Bob.
need pussy now.
Please send pic of Bob.
Oh yeah, yep.
Hey, baby girl.
The classic. The classic. All right, folks. Well, thank you again.
Wait,
See you next time.
Real quick.
Oh,
real
yes.
quick. Last thing. Speaking of hey, baby girl, send Bob. There's a thing called
Okay.
Romeo calling. Romeo calling is where guys. It came out of India, but it's a thing where guys will find women's phone numbers in like yellow books or whatever, or yellow pages, and just cold call women
Yellow
and be
books.
like, "Hello, I love you very much. Please send me pictures of your body." It's called Romeo dialing.
That's crazy.
It's the craziest
Just-
thing ever.
All right. Morrison Sarah.
It's like last 4 digits, 8.
I love you so much. Please just love me.
Yeah. No, it's not.
I
even
love
that.
you. Please just
All
love
right.
me.
Hey,
Morrison
What's up, baby?
Sarah Jean.
No, literally. I mean, it's literally that.
Christ,
And it's just
man.
like thousands of people doing it. But anyways, thank you guys so much. This has been the Bay One Entertainment Bowcast.
Enjoy it, guys. Have
we
a
will
great
see
one.
you next week. Stay fresh, bitch.
Bye.
See you later. Bow.